Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Carmine Sabia for Explain America, and the set of one CNN show exploded when a Trump ally and a Biden ally went at it. Before we get started, please make sure you like, comment, share, and subscribe. Those little things really help us out, and they help our channel continue to grow. CNN analysts Scott Jennings, a Republican, and Maria Cardona, a Democrat, they went at it pretty hard. I watched it this morning myself, and I was like, wow. Because I think the Democrats can't be more out of step with what the American people want, and I want them to stay that way. As I'm watching it, I'm thinking to myself, Scott, don't tell them. Don't tell them, Scott, because they believe this. See, Maria Cardona, she's arguing that this new quasi-amnesty plan that Biden has for thousands and thousands of illegal immigrants, thinks it's going to be a big hit with the American people. Except here's the problem. You want to pander to get the Hispanic vote, right? Well, poll after poll shows the Hispanic voters, they want mass deportation. See, Hispanic people, and this is hilarious because I grew up with, I would say 90% of my friends were Hispanic because of where I was raised, and they're still to this day, you know, a large portion of my friend group. They're just American citizens like you and me. You know, they're not like, oh, we want illegal immigration because we're Hispanic. I'm Italian. If there were illegal immigrants coming from Italy, I'd be like, get rid of them. I wouldn't be like, oh, no, let them go because they're Italian. Well, Hispanics are the same way. They don't want illegal immigrants either, especially the people who came here the hard way. Heck, I spoke to somebody whose parents came here illegally, but she's a legal citizen, and she's like, no, I want the illegal aliens deported. Now, her parents eventually became citizens, but even she wanted them deported. Like, this is if you're a citizen here and you see the crime you guys have seen, I can't even talk about it here. They're so brutal. But you know, one horrific crime that brought the end of a life to a mother of 5. Another 13-year-old girl was assaulted in ways I can't describe here in New York by another one of Joe Biden's dreamers. Well, our kids are dreamers. Our kids are dreamers. And they're out there, and they're in danger. Our women are in danger. Our children are in danger. Heck, our men are in danger. But as men, if you're watching this and you're a man, you know, it's our instinct, right, to protect our women and children. And when you see this happening, and you see our government not lifting a finger to stop these criminals from crossing our border, and then Maria Cardona goes on there and says, hey, well, this is what the American people want. This is polling well. In what country is it polling well? Mexico? El Salvador? Ecuador? Where's it polling popularly? Not in America. Certainly not in America. And the people that are here from those countries, it's not popular with them either. I want you guys to watch this segment because it's absolutely just dizzying. I want you to watch it and let me know what you think in the comments.
Polling is clear. By the way, politically, I don't think the American people are in a pro-amnesty mood right now. You look at what Trump is proposing, there's a lot of polling that shows majority support for what Trump is saying, including among Hispanics in the United States of America. They
what
like
about
what
detention?
Trump is saying
but
about
Scott,
cracking down on illegal immigration.
What about detention camps and mass deportations? What about that?
Mass deportations has majority support in the United States and among Hispanic voters right now. It's recent polling. You can look it up. No. It is Maria, it is absolutely true. When we get off the air and you Google it, you're going to be embarrassed, but it's absolutely true.
I will send you the actual polling from pollsters who actually know how to poll on this issue.
You're going to be embarrassed.
I will send this to you after our segment.
The CBS poll, 53%, 47%.
I have issues with that poll because of exactly what I'm saying. But I do want to answer Scott.
Wait, whoa.
Who
was right? I just want to make sure people don't miss it. Who was right? I just want to know who was right.
I want to answer Scott because he actually posed an interesting question. Why didn't Biden do this the first day in office? Actually, Scott, President Biden did try to do this the first day in office. The very first thing he did when he walked into the Oval Office was he put a bill together that actually does strengthen border security and expands legal pathways because he wants to do this right. He wants to do this the way that it's supposed to be done, working with Congress. But then guess what? Congressional Republicans slammed the door on any opportunity that would expand any legal pathways. And what we know from what happened under 4 years of President Trump, and this is something that Republicans lie over and over about, is that he eviscerated all of the legal pathways, including our asylum system, and he did nothing to eradicate illegal immigration. His numbers on illegal crossings went up his last year in office. So when President Trump was in office, he did nothing to fix this. He made it worse. And now it's actually kind of rich, because what this also does, Scott and Jim, this keeps American families together. When Republicans scream that kids need a father and a mother, well, guess what? Then join us, because this is exactly what this executive action is doing. And again, the vast majority of Americans, and I will send you the polling on this, Scott, from pollsters who know how to poll on this, absolutely agree with this. It is upwards of 3/4 of the American people support a balanced approach of strong border security, which I know you agree with, but also expanding legal pathways, especially for the long-settled immigrants that have been here, who have contributed more than $7 trillion to our economy.
Scott?
Yeah, you know what? I'm actually just going to give in and say that I think Maria should go over to the White House today and encourage Joe Biden to run on as much amnesty as possible. I think if that's the way you want to read the polling, if that's the way you want to interpret the mood in the country, I think you should go over there and say, you know what, President Biden, the American people are behind you. Let's encourage as much of this as we possibly can. I think you ought to. I'm all in.
No, Scott, but here's the thing. Here's the thing, Scott. They are behind him on this action. And it's not amnesty. Scott, you know better. You're a smart guy. Calling it amnesty is a lazy and incorrect way to describe what's going on. Why don't you go tell your Republican friends in Congress that if they were really, really interested in trying to solve this issue, they would join Democrats and do this legislatively, both strong border security as well as expanding legal pathways. That's what works, and that's what the American people support.